Good morning. We are doing Love at First Sight Philadelphia. How are you guys doing today? It is Wednesday, and I have a very busy day. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Last night was super crazy. Not super crazy, but I took a little bit of notes. What did you guys think? Did you watch it? I know I need to turn this off, turn it down. Let's do this. We started with the little split screens for some dramatics. I did not know. I've been paying attention, but not paying attention to, I don't know you. To how super fly skinny Christina's. She's so cute with her little body. Anyway, Stephanie and AJ. So Stephanie and AJ are on the scene. AJ is talking about, Pastor Cal asked him, some kind of question. My hands are ashy, Lord, because my hands stay ashy. Pastor Cal asked him some question I don't remember, but he answered that he designed the perfect woman, perfect wife. AJ said he designed the perfect wife, and then these fine, y'all three fine people picked this person as the, Stephanie, as the person that he designed. And, here she is manifested. And, she was flexible. She dealt with me. Hold on. Okay, she was flexible. She deals with my crazy, all this other stuff, right? He said something about him being an only child, and he's never had to focus on anyone but himself in his past. That's a problem for me. You, a grown man in your 40s, and you've never had to deal with anyone, you've never had to focus on anyone, you a lie. You've never had another relationship in your life. See, these are red flags for me. Your conversation, that she is flexible, that you designed your perfect person. You can't design who you, Jesus? Who you, God? Jesus didn't design somebody, but who, what? And you've not had to focus on anyone before, and then but you say that when you get in your crazy and you notice that she is frazzled by your crazy, then you turn your focus on her. So how are you able to do that? How are you able to do that? You a lie, and your crazy is showing. So anyway, she then, because she's now allowed to talk, says that her problem basically was when it got repetitive, that's when it would wear on her. But, she decides to stay, and he, of course, decides to stay married, and they pop the champagne, and it's great. And she says the love word, but he doesn't, because he doesn't want to say it in front of everybody, but he ends up saying it in front of the cameras one-on-one. So you said it in front of Mold and everybody. Okay. You just didn't want to say it in front of the experts? Okay. So moving on to Jasmine and Will, okay. Well, before we move on, I just would like to say that I believe that I think that he has an aggression issue, and I am fearful that he may be an abuser. And I'm fearful for her safety. I'm just going to say that. So, hold on. So, moving on now to Jasmine and Will. So, Jasmine and Will. So, Jasmine and Will, they have had a lot of tension in their relationship. A lot of good times, a lot of like funny, friendly banter. It's been a real friendly, like, let me get to know you type situation. I don't think it's been much of a marriage. It's been more of a let me ease into this because I don't really know you. And so they're going into this, and Jasmine basically says, I still, as I'm walking through the door, I still don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't know what Pastor Cal asked the question, and she says, Will answers the question. I don't know. And she doesn't really like his answer. She said, well, basically, after hearing your answer, here's my answer. And not that she doesn't like his answer, but it's like, I see that you were still answering on like this level of not a, on a, we're still not on the same communication level. We're still not, you're still like floating here, and we're still not reaching each other. We're still not here. And that's basically what she's saying. Our communication is still not together. We're still not seeing each other. And so, and because they haven't had enough time to get to know each other. And I don't know why that is, because they've all had the same amount of time. They've all had 7 weeks. And I think because there was the hiccup with the gender roles, and he has been so worried about where she was going to be when it came to gender roles, and he admittedly says so because the experts bring that up. He thought that she was going to say, oh, I'm going to have animosity towards you, because he thought she said, I thought we were good. We came to a resolution, so I'm okay. But he thought she was going to renege on that resolution. So that's your own fault. That's your own fault. So, Jasmine, when we get to the decision, she says, we have some issues. We have good times, though. I'm concerned, especially when it comes to our issues, intimacy, communication, finances, where I want him to be, and where he thinks that I wanted him to be. But I think we haven't had enough time to really allow for those things, because there was such a buildup around those things. So he basically said, so she says, and I want to allow for that to blossom, and hopefully with that blossoming that will allow for more intimacy in the bedroom, and everything else, because I do see for something there, because we do have a good friendship. We do have a foundation. So there's that. And he says, I agree with everything Jasmine said. I just think that the communication is too much for us, what I hear is, I agree with everything Jasmine has said, because Jasmine said a whole lot, right? This is me. Jasmine said a whole lot. She spoke nothing but truth, and she was like, don't hate me for what I'm saying, you know, because we do a lot of arguing. He said, don't say argue. She said, we do a lot of debating, and I'm a debater, and you know, he doesn't like to do that, and then there's a whole lot of dialogue in between. So Jasmine said a whole lot, and he said he agreed with everything she said. But he thinks that there's too much communication to overcome. So what he wants to do is get a divorce, because he wants to go home and go to bed and go to sleep, because he can't do it. Man, you cuts to the clips eventually later of him helping her pack, and it's amicable, everything's good, because they're adults. Jasmine's cool. She ain't gonna fight with you. That's not her zhush. She ain't that rowdy girl. Like, that's not Jasmine. We haven't got that from her, right? But he wanna run home, go to bed, because he can't handle communicating with a grown woman who's already been communicating with you, asked you what you needed, and gave it to you, cooked you a good meal, asked you, is this what you need? You told her yes, that's what you need, gave it to you. But it's not enough. She pegged you. She said you had a timeline, and if you didn't get everything that you needed in that timeline, you was gonna be done no matter what it was. I also think that what threw you was that she was too much. She expected too much. She had too much already. I think she had too much already, and then she expected you to come up to her level too quickly. And not that there's anything wrong with where you were at, but I think that she expected you to come up to her level. Not that okay, so when I say come up to her level, because that sounds like you're not. I don't mean that the way it sounds, but it sounds. I mean what I'm saying, and I think I mean what I'm saying, but I don't mean how it sounds. I think she wants to bring you somewhere, and I think that you feel like she's trying, like it's a negative connotation to it, and there's no negative connotation with what she's saying, but it sounds negative, just like how what I said sounded negative, and there's no negative connotation with it. And you took it negatively. And I'm sorry that you took it negatively. But that's okay. She gonna fly free. Go do you. And that's okay. Don't be hurt for long, Jasmine. And, that's okay. Anyway, Kane Luke. He said something about... I heard him say, you have a personality, and I find that attractive. That's not what he said, but that's what I heard. He said, you have a good personality, and I find it attractive that we're on the same page with a lot of things. Okay. But I heard you have a personality. I was like, oh my dear Lord. And I enjoy being around you, and I find that attractive. Because Pastor Cal asked, what do you find attractive about her, or something like that. Something like that. And those were the things. Nothing else. Like, he didn't find her legs sexy, her hair, the way it smelled, like the way you touch my shoulder. Nothing. Okay. So, nothing. And of course they asked about, so they were like, so there's nothing, Pastor Cal was like, so, no, was it Dr. Pepper? So how did y'all even end up having sex? And so Kate was like, oh, so after that question, Luke said, well, I just don't even want to talk about it. And then Dr. Jessica was like, well, Kate can answer if she wants to. So Kate was like, well, because, he felt, no, I'm sorry. Kate was like, so, because if he felt like if I was really into you wanted to, then he would go ahead and have sex with me. So yeah. I'm sorry. Kate, I love you. I'm gonna need you to look at people in the eye, girl. Where did that girl go? Oh. Anyway, she showed up at the end though, because she was like, look, I just need to break out of here. Like, oh, whew, get me free. So oh, and then Luke said after when she finally came out to play, when Kate finally came out to play after all that hubbub, when they were just when y'all were just trying to mingle and chat about what y'all liked about each other. Well, I really like, that this last week you were really showing me how kind and how. Girl, what? Who? Who are you talking about? Who are you? I was looking at the screen like, if I didn't buy this TV with my own money, I would pull it down from off the wall. Who are you talking? You are so caring, and you. Who are you talking about? To whom is he caring? How do you know this? Who? Who said that? Who? Okay. Anyway. Anyway, Kate came out and said, nah, I want a divorce. Who is this? I needs to be free. And so, with her multi-toned nails, that did not match her dress because I came out and she said no. And I was like, thank you. Because if you had said something else, I was going to walk out of my own house. And then, so Luke said, So I guess he was like, well, I guess I must say I want a divorce then. And so the experts were like, and Luke, it has come your turn. Do you want to stay married or do you want a divorce? And he was like, well, it can't be healthy to be physically and emotionally stressed and drained most of the marriage, most of the day. So I guess. Boy, bye. 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 Listen. Okay? Just as Dr. Cal said, I am not an advocate for people getting divorced, okay? And I am not laughing because you guys got a divorce. Please do not misconstrue what I am laughing about. I am laughing because you are a liar. You are cruel. You are evil. You are deceptive. You are vile and vicious, okay? And that lie did not sit well with anybody anywhere, okay? That is why I laughed, not because anybody was hurt. Poor Kate. Thank you for standing up for yourself, and I hope that you feel much better, and I hope that you have found some solace, and I hope that you're happy. As for you, Luke, Luke. That's all I got. That's it. Bambi's mama said, if you can't say nothing nice. So, I just say thank the Lord in heaven above that Kate clawed her way up out of there. And Keith and Christine. Keith was going to say yes. And, you know, I called that already. Keith was going to say yes. Keith was going to say yes when Keith saw Christine and her floppy garter when the door opened. Keith was going to say yes. And so Keith said yes. Please stay. I'm going to stay. Are you going to say yes? I'm going to say yes. Please say yes. So he said yes. And so Christine had voiced her concerns, and I'm glad that she voiced her concerns in front of everyone and to him again. I'm sure that she has voiced her concerns to him because they have such an open relationship, but I'm glad that she voiced them in front of everyone and on record. And I'm hoping that they get some feedback behind the scenes from the counselors, from the experts. I'm hoping that they're able to stay in communication with them, so that their relationship flourishes even past, or, you know, as long as Doug and, girl, why forget your name? You know, Doug. Girl. So as long as their relationship has, I would love to see that relationships stand the test of time. So I called also that Keith would tell her that he loved her, Christine, and he did. And that was fantastic. So there you go, Keith and Christine. I do believe that this is going to be a fantastic reunion show coming up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any questions, comments, concerns, I want to hear them in the bottom. Let me know what you guys thought of the, should I go? End of the show. The season finale. I'm glad that things happened the way that they happened. Actually, even for Will and Jasmine, I'm glad that they are, you know, I'm happy for all of the couples, actually except for Stephanie and AJ. I think that Stephanie and AJ should have gone their separate ways as well, actually. Other than that, because I seriously am concerned for Stephanie's safety. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm out. Deuces!